Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Tiffany Desiree with Simply Pescatarian, and I am here with another video for you ladies and gentlemen. So, I received an awesome message. I love the messages that you guys send me. Like, please keep doing them. They're super awesome. Noise in the background is my guinea pig drinking water because he's trying to get attention from me. He knows I'm talking, but he doesn't know who I'm talking to. So, it looks like I'm talking to myself in his eyes, but I'm not. Okay, so back to what I was saying. I received an awesome email from this really cool chick named Elizabeth, and she said, I really love watching your videos. You have such an awesome personality, and it's so amazing how you're following your dreams and you love what you do, and I like your face. And so here's my face, and she wants to see more videos. And the other messages, they're really sweet too. They're saying like how they like my video. I mean, I'm not like a video person, so I did that introduction video because I was like, oh, know who I am, this is who I am. But I'm like, I don't have like a YouTube personality. I mean, like, what am I supposed to do, really? And so so I thought like maybe some of the stuff that I do on Tuesdays and Thursdays I can like share with you guys sometimes, have you all up in my face, whatnot, and you can look at me and I could talk about stuff, and like what people do on YouTube. I'm like not savvy with the camera, so I'm like holding it in my hand. This is my arm right here is my arm, so I gotta be real still because if I move it's gonna look like there's an earthquake happening in here. So I'm not tech savvy, but I will do a video. I will do more videos. There's no sweat off my back. I mean, there's no problem with it over here, no problem at all. Here's a nice view. You got the wall, and I mean, it's pretty nice in here. I mean, it's a nice backdrop. So, I mean, this is what you're going to stare at if that's what you want. So, anywho, I want to feed off of what Elizabeth said to me. She said, wait, back in her voice, I really like watching your videos. You're so awesome. I love, like, your personality and how you're following your dreams. I'm not sure if that's her voice, but I told her I wanted to do a funny voice saying what she said, because it's just her writing, it just sound like a sweet voice. So I'm not mocking her for those who are like, oh my gosh, Tiffany Desiree is so mean. I like doing voices. Okay, so and then one of the questions that she had, that she was wondering, she was like why do you like writing, like, different things like that. And so I was like, oh, that's so cool. Like, why do I like writing? So I started writing like forever ago. I can't even tell you. I was like a little girl. I loved reading. I loved writing. I fell in love with Walt Whitman. We got married 10 years ago. It was just amazing. The wedding reception was awesome. He read some poems, and I said I do. And ever since, I've loved Walt Whitman. And when I was in like middle school and high school, it was like every class that had to do with poetry or English, I was in it, because I'm like, poetry is literally a part of me. Poetry allowed me to express myself, to let things off my chest, and be who I wanted to be, or write in a way that I saw the world. The way that I saw the world, I wanted people to see how I saw it, and I wanted them to like get out there and do something about what I'm seeing. So of course my writing has changed over the years. A whole lot it has changed. But when I was first starting out, I actually taught myself how to write. And I know you're wondering, you're like, how did she teach herself how to write? She was like in like school with the rest of us. What, did she go to like not a school or something? No, I was in school, but I went through some experiences with teachers, and it was like a long story, but it was horrible. I can honestly say the American education system, where we start off at, it's not, in my experience, it was not good. It it was very difficult, especially coming from Arkansas, to hear what an accent, um, the way they perceived your accent, the way that they treated you. So my education experience, excuse me, my education experience was totally different here. So I had to like teach myself how to do a lot of stuff. And so one of the things that I taught myself how to do was write. And so what I would do actually is I would go and I would look at other authors, authors within history books, within political books. I mean anything, because I love history so much. I love getting to the politics of things, and I love fairy tales. Like I got like a little library over here, and so it's like, I'm not bragging, but I mean everything you can think of, I have it in that library, everything. And so I was into fairy tales and everything, and so that actually taught me how to write. I was using her style, so I got old English mixed with new English and different things like that. So I would imitate it. So whenever I had to write an essay, that's what I would do. I would imitate it, and then my teacher would be like, "Oh, Tiffany, this is like different styles." So I would actually mix old English with new English and the way I viewed writing into like one paper, and the teachers would be like, "Creative, but I kind of don't know what you're saying." So it was like really difficult. And so the biggest problem I had is I never had a teacher to actually tell me what I was doing wrong or what I could do to improve myself. I didn't actually get any tips on how I can improve myself as a writer until I got off to college. And what my professor said in college at the university, Washington State University, go Cougs, is he said, be yourself. That's all you can do, is be yourself. Use your uniqueness as in market. Just be you. And I was like, really? Okay. Because I was expecting to be like some super cool writer who's like, you know, all up on the New York Times or whatnot. But I've even read some articles from New York Times, and I saw some grammar errors in there. So, you know, yeah. So like my teacher said, just be yourself. And so after I graduated, it was like, it became a process of really trying to figure out where do I fit in as a writer. And that was one of the biggest things that they talked about before graduating, is finding out where you fit in. And so I'm like, what can I do to like be myself? Because that's what I like to do, and that's what I want to do, is like, okay, how can I be myself? How can I write? Where do I fit in? You know, like, how does this whole thing work out? And so that's where I went through that process of like, even when I was in like college, and even when I was in high school, and then after I graduated, I was like in everything. So I was in Culture Magazine, I was in Daily Evergreen. I mean, the list goes on and on. I was like everywhere, because I just wanted to try everything out and see where, you know, where I was going to fit in at. And so I learned that I like it all. I like diversity. I just love doing it all. And so I dibbled and dabbled into everything, and I'm still doing it. That's why Simply Pescatarian, Tiffany Desiree, is like everything, because I just love it all so much. And so that's what I did. I used my personality. I just used myself. Yeah, I used myself. You know, I just want to be myself, and so that's what I did, because I don't want to be anyone else. I don't want to be something I'm not. And the greatest reward is being surrounding yourself around people who are themselves too, and who can appreciate your unique personality or who you are, and just enjoy it. Because not everyone is like that. Some people might look at you and be like, oh, okay, she's like so weird, like why is she like smiling all the time? I don't know, maybe because like she wants to smile. Yeah. So anywho, pretty much what I'm saying is, if you have a dream, follow it. If someone tells you that you're not good enough for it, or in my experience, you're never going to graduate high school if you don't get your grammar up to par, or you're never going to go off to college. And as you can see, everything those teachers told me in middle school, and even some teachers in high school, none of those things happened. Everything that they said that I wasn't going to do is actually everything that I did do. And so don't give up. Like, if you have a goal, if you have a dream, like, turn that dream into a reality. Make it real. Don't listen to what other people say unless it's a person who wants to help you, who wants to see you do better. I had professors at Wazoo who would stay after class with me for hours just to talk about ways I can improve my writing, or just talking about writing in general, just talking about other authors and who I can read, or different things like that. And reading other books and adopting painless grammar is my best friend. And if I'm wondering about something, I turn there, and and I do it. And so and I'm a fast learner, so after doing that, I can honestly say my writing has improved a lot. But at the same time, I did not change myself for anyone. I did not stop doing what I love or incorporate my uniqueness or my different styles because of the fear of someone rejecting it. And so that whole notion of a bad writer and a good writer, it doesn't exist to me. There's different type of writers, all kinds of writers. I think what makes a writer is someone who learns the art of writing. Someone who thinks writing revolves around like just strict grammar rules. I kind of think they suck. And that's just my opinion. I think they suck because, of course you got to follow some format where people can understand you, like spell the words correctly and different things like that. But if you have a different way that you want people to know, whatever message or whatever mission or goal or whatever you have out there, if you want to do it a different way, do it. But don't fault yourself for not learning the way that they say you should learn, and teaching yourself and then having someone to belittle you because you didn't learn it the way everyone else should when they actually had the opportunity to teach you. So if you ever go through that, or if you're going through that right now, you're in high school, you're at the university, whatever, don't give up on your dreams. You want to be a writer, write. If you want to be a poet, be a poet. You want to be whatever else is out there, a scientist, whatever, just be a scientist. Just because you don't know something or know how something works completely does not mean you can't do it. It's easy to learn. It's easy to learn. Like, seriously. You want to do it, you can do it. And so I really appreciate that message that Elizabeth wrote to me, because I love writing. I'm never going to stop writing. And like I said, I used my uniqueness, as my professor said, and I turned it into an art that is for me, that's unique to me, where I marked it. And yeah, so pretty much, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a goal or a dream, please do not give up. Keep writing, keep doing it. Okay, so excuse me, like my sinuses and stuff, that is horrible. So yeah, just keep doing it, don't give up. And until next time, I will do another video, even though it feels awkward doing a video because it feels like I'm talking to myself. I just want you guys to know that. But don't give up on your dreams. I'm motivating you. This is what I'm doing here. Don't give up. If you give up, like, seriously, if you give up, I am going to come talk to you and tell you not to give up, because life is beautiful. There's so much out there. There's beautiful people. Don't listen to the negative people. Like, seriously, don't. Okay. All right. Enough of all this motivation. All right. Go out there. Write a poem. Write a short story. Make all the mistakes you want. Like, have words all over the page, at the bottom, on the side, on the back, floating in the air, however you want to. Go out there and write. Go out there and make the mistakes, and just live your dreams and be yourself. Do what makes you happy. Until next time, Simply Pescatarian.